Vanessa Feltz here every weekday morning from 7 till 10 on BBC Radio London. The best way to wake up in London is with Vanessa Feltz. Now, it's 1 week until one of the biggest nights of the music calendar. This year, the Brit Awards ceremony is even more of a showpiece event than usual, as 4,000 fans actually will be in the O2 watching. 2,500 of those will be frontline workers. Winners will be given 2 trophies and will be encouraged to give one away. We can find out why with music expert and broadcaster Rob Fidderman, who joins me now. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you, Rob. So there's 2 trophies that the winners are going to get given this year. Why?
Well, normally they one of the artists will stand there, won't they, and say, "Oh, this one goes to Sony or goes to my manager." But one of the designers, they were inspired by the fact that one of their next door neighbours, they'd never spoke to them for 6 years, and during lockdown they said hello to them. They were giving them chocolates, giving them flowers.
Oh, lovely.
So they thought, wouldn't it be really nice as a goodwill gesture to express, how thoughtful somebody has been, that they can give a second award. It doesn't have to be music industry related. It can be to anybody that they feel deserves it, really.
I love this idea, and I've always loved the Brit Award itself. It's very stylish and sleek, isn't it, the Brit Award? And there's so many different designs that have been done of it. But how lovely for someone to receive that as a second little gift in a year, exactly as you've been saying. It's a really good idea. The big thing about this Brit Awards, though, is that there's going to be fans in the O2. This is extraordinary,
it's incredible, actually. So the government are pioneering the scheme. So there's 4,000 people, Jason, can you believe it? 2,500 people are key workers. You don't need a mask. There's no social distancing. All you need to do is have a negative test. Can you imagine the carnage?
Can't, and they've obviously done this in Liverpool, haven't they? We've seen this, but this must be the first time in London that it's happened.
I think if, everyone should have been allowed to go, or just put a press embargo on it, because I think we're all so disappointed, weren't we? I mean, at 2 o'clock in the morning when it opened, there was a girl, she just pelted straight to the DJ booth.
I don't blame her. What about the music itself, the music industry itself? I mean, what a year for them. And who's going to be winning the awards then, Rob?
I mean, it's been a tough time, but I mean, there's been a lot of positive things, a lot of great artists that have come through it, like Arla Parks has done really well, Sports Team, and Alfie Templeman, people like that have come through really well from it. I don't think it's been that negative. Obviously, people can't tour and gig, but they've had more time to concentrate on the songwriting and getting themselves in a different kind of avenue with everything, really. But this year, there's always lots of categories, isn't there? British group, international male soul artist, international group, album, female solo artist. I think Arla Parks probably going to score well with that one. I think she's going to do really well. I really like her. I think she should hopefully become breakthrough artist.
And Rob, what about the Oscars ceremony? We know that it was the lowest audience for an Oscars ceremony ever, or whatever, last week. Is it the same with the Brit Awards? Are people just bored of award ceremonies now?
I think that at the moment, obviously the 2,500 key workers, I mean, they're absolutely delighted with themselves, I think, to go, and so they should, because, they've done a lot for so many people. But I don't know. I think when you look at the Brits historically, when you had Sam Fox presenting it, Madonna sort of falling down the stairs. I mean, for my era, Jason, I mean, there was nothing better to see Jarvis Cocker and Michael Jackson.
Oh my goodness,
on stage.
I wonder whether we'll get that this year. Who's presenting it this year?
Jack Whitehall. I think it's his 4th year.
Yeah, I like him doing it. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. So it's next week. When is it this week?
It's Tuesday the 11th.
Oh, Tuesday the 11th, next week.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Rob. Rob Fidderman there, music expert and broadcaster, talking about the Brit Awards. I mean, I love the fact that there's going to be 2 awards and they can give it away. Really lovely, isn't it? Right, that's your lot from me this morning. Back tomorrow morning from